Time to make a tool. I got all this extra goodies lying around my garage, and I want to put it to use. So I'm going to turn this little belt run grinding arbor into a bit of a rock machine. I'm going to use these two older wheels that I have. This will be the tray that it sits in, and all my little bits of hardware I think I need. Let's make it happen. What I'm going to have to do with this one is drill holes in it so that I can take these mounting positions and add it into here. And I am going to mount it to the bench temporarily. I still have to fix this hole that's in it, which I think I'll just thread that in there, seal it up, and then add a poly line and run it out so I can have some kind of water drainage. The other bit that I'm going to have to do is drill 2 holes in either of these so I can put this little spigot in there and get our water going. Let's start with this. Alright, we got the 4 holes in there, and I'm going to drill the same spots into the bench and then bolt it down with 4 of these. But before I actually do that, I'm going to make sure I can seal up this hole. And I'll put a little bit of Teflon tape on the end of this. It's already kind of threaded in there a little bit, so we can seal it up. Make it nice and neat. For now. Temporarily. I almost forgot something. My little bit of leather here I'm going to put down before I actually bolt my arbor in. It'll kind of make a seal. It's worked really good on my cab machine. There's no leaks on it for the 2 bolts that are going into my workbench. So we'll try this one again. Right. Nice and sturdy. I should have moved it back that way just a wee bit. That's okay. I could deal with it for now. And I don't think I'm going to need these maybe just one. I already know that the stone is a little too big than what was previously on here, but we'll make it work. Well, it's not going to work exactly how I thought. I need to bring that hood down a little bit more, right about here. And there's not much movement on the back side. So what I can do is I can take these two tabs. This was off some other machine that was for knife sharpening. I'm going to cut off this section here and then drill another hole in it. That way I can take that and add it here and raise up the hood, and I can adjust it how I need instead of adding a bit towards this end. The other issue is that there's not enough space for me to add the water drip line in there, so making that little tab will help me fix that problem. I didn't even bother with cutting off that little end. I just kind of flattened it out on my anvil with a hammer and then drilled a hole in it. And that little piece right in there made it so much better. Brought the end of that down a little bit where I need it. And I got plenty of space up top. Perfect. Sometimes you might have to make stuff when making stuff. Let's get this other one on here. Cool. Got some good movement in there. Nothing's rubbing. I did swap out the bottom ones. I took the wing nuts out and put real hardware in, so it's not going to move. I'll probably put Loctite on it before I actually get to using the whole thing. And I probably will trade out these top wing nut ones for something more secure, so as it's running and vibrating everywhere, it's not going to loosen itself up. But now that it spins and our wheels are on, I can mark out where I'm going to put my water drip. And then we'll drill the holes and put them in. I might have to take one of these and shave it down to about half, just so it fits inside there and it won't touch the stone. That's a little close for comfort. I did that with my cab mate and it worked perfectly. Let's get to drilling some holes. Perfect. Now I can get ready to install my water drip setup. This is the one that I shaved down, and this is what it looked like before. Just gives me a little bit of extra room to play with. That way I'm not hitting that stone. We don't need all that. We need stone on stone this time. Let's put it all back together. Yeah, I thought maybe this motor would give me a little bit of life left in it, but I don't think so. Sounds pretty angry. There's not even a lot of tension on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap the motor out. I'm going to oil the bearings a little bit on these because I'm sure they could probably need it. And I'm going to switch to this Dayton. This spins quite fast. It says 1725 RPMs. So what I'll have to do is later I will put the motor in and build a stand for it so it raises it up a little bit, and then put a bigger pulley on it so I can drop those RPMs down. But for now, on testing purposes, we're gonna put it there. Still gotta hook up my water line. But that's okay. It's almost alive. Yeah, that's pretty fast, but it's moving. Now I just gotta hook up my water lines and test it out. Alright, we got our water hooked up, ready to go. Plenty power. I've tested it a little bit. You can see the water down here. And I have to use a little bit more scrap metal. It's pushing water out the backside towards the motor, and I don't really care for that. The reason being is the hood doesn't exactly go all the way down. Kind of similar to that. So what I'm going to do is take these junk sluice boxes that I have. I paid $5 for both of them. I used the riffles on that thing. And now I'm going to use this bent aluminum to create a backing plate just behind this, so that I don't get spray towards my motor. I'm pretty sure you all know water and electricity usually don't mix, so I'm going to make sure nothing goes back that way. I'll save you the time of cutting and drilling, and we'll get that put in. Yeah, something kind of like that. It ain't pretty or professional, but it works. It moves. I'm happy for that. I'm not really one for aesthetics. I'm a function over form kind of guy. It functions the way it should. It's not formed the way it needs to be, but I'm happy. You can see hopefully that little bit of water spots that's coming off the side. That's alright. Let's try it out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab me a round cab and run it on this wheel for a little bit, possibly this one, and then I'll switch over to my regular cabbing machine, which I still have to kind of put back together. I pulled some parts off it to use on this. Not bad for made out of scrap. Let's try out some of this jasper. It's a pretty thick cut, but that's alright. I can make it work. Okay, it makes a big mess, but it does shape up a stone pretty good. Let's finish it on the rest of the wheels. Oh yeah. Much better. Oh yeah. Look at there. What do you say? I'm happy with that. Beautiful stuff. Much more of a dome on it. Those stone wheels is usually what I've done before to create a dome. Just having the groove in the stone, turning it left and right as you're spinning whatever's dopped up. It makes it so much easier just to shape it. I plan to fix a few things on it and make it a little better, but I'm happy with that. On to the next one.